Hey there! In this lesson, we are going to arrange our scene so that we have all our objects on the same document. In my case, I've done some work in advance. What I've done is grouping the objects in a null and name them according to what they contain, according to what they refer to. For example, I have the bicycle, the rag, the plant, the awning, the building, the door, the window, and so on. So, to teach you how to move an object from one scene to another, I've prepared this tool here. So, we're going to select it and press Ctrl and C. Then go to Window and select the main document. When you're in the main document, just press Ctrl V. As simple as copying and pasting between documents. It's an option that Cinema 4D gives us. So now, according to the reference image, we are going to place all the small objects that we are missing. For example, this white edge over here, this little flag, this white air conditioner, these three other stools, the pots, and the stairs. So let's begin with the pots and the stools. Guys, go to MoGraph and click on Cloner. Then parent the stool to the cloner. This will be useful too later on when we get to the animation part, because we would just need to animate only one stool and the others will move accordingly. Select the cloner and go to the Object tab. Change this value to 0 and increase it on the x-axis. Also change the count to 4. And we have all of the stools, which are 4. Perfect. Let's rename it to stools. Let's go to the pot. Select it, hold Ctrl and drag it to the left. Now again hold Ctrl and drag it to this part. Let's group all these parts, so select them and press Alt-G. Then rename the null to plants. Perfect. And what's missing? Well, the upper part and also the air conditioner. Create a cube. And we are going to use it for the roof part. Check the fillet box and reduce the fillet radius to 0.5. Okay, this is ready. Create now another cube. Scale it and place it where the air conditioner should be. Great. Okay, make it smaller. Ready. Let's make it editable so that we can use the modeling tools. So, select this polygon and with the scale tool, create an extrusion by dragging while holding Ctrl. Then move it inwards. Now create a bevel deformer and parent it to the cube. Perfect. Reduce the offset of the bevel to 0.3 or even less to 0.1. Lastly, increase the subdivisions to 2. Select these edges with the Loop Selection tool. That's it. So select the inner part and the outside parts. So go to Select, Set Selection, select the bevel and drag the triangle to the selection field. You just have to repeat the same steps we've seen before. Okay, rename this to Air and this one to Roof. That's it. We are missing the flag, the stairs, and two objects that should be on the roof, holding the big hot dog. That's it. So let's go. Let's continue modeling. We're going to create a cube and reduce the size. Place it on the roof. And now we're going to hide all the other objects so that they don't disturb us. To do that, you have to click this button and select the second option. When you do this, only the selected object will be visible in the viewport, so it will be easier for us to work with this. So make the cube editable, scale up the polygon on the bottom, and scale down the polygon on the top. Perfect. Now we're going to make an inner extrusion on this side. Press Ctrl and move that side inwards. Perfect. We have the first object. In this case, we are going to follow a different process to generate the edges. So, select all the edges and then right-click. Okay, we select all of them, right-click and go to Bevel. Then choose the bevel mode, solid, and something like this will be generated. So we need to lower the offset to 0.1. See how we have now these inner edges? So guys, this is a way of doing it, although I prefer using a bevel. I think it's easier. There are different ways of modeling. Now we're going to create a subdivision surface and parent the cube to it. Look how good the edges look. Let's rename the subdivision surface to Skylight. Okay, perfect. Let's place the pivot point in the center. Okay. And go back to the normal viewport. Well, the object is there, but it's too big, so let's reduce this and place it properly. After that, create a copy by dragging it to the right while holding Ctrl. Move the hot dog a little bit and it's ready. Perfect. We are missing the stairs and the bar. So, again, create a cube and use the cloner again. It's just a matter of repeating the same steps than before and the same tools. Okay, let's move it here, make it smaller. Check the fillet box and set the fillet radius to 0.6. As I said, we are going to use a cloner, so go to MoGraph and then select cloner. Now parent the cube to the cloner and then move the cloner to the front. Reduce the value of the position on the y-axis. In fact, we also need to change the position on the z-axis. Perfect. So we've created the stairs. Now just place them where the door is. That's it. And you probably need to adjust them and modify the scale a little bit. That's it. Then make it a little bit bigger. And our stairs are ready. For the rest, we'll just use primitives. So again, a cube, and just repeat what we've seen in previous lessons. Move this over here and adjust it. This is simply using primitives and adjusting their shapes to our needs. Yeah, it's just a matter of repeating over and over again. Okay. We can also create another cylinder, reduce the size, and rotate it. That's it. Now we're going to place it here. Okay. Move it down a little bit. Okay, that's it. These are just little details that give life to our composition. Ready. Check the fillet box too for this cylinder, for this shape. Good, so we have our scene almost ready. We would need to model the ducts too, but before that, it's important that we take into consideration the area that we are going to render and also the camera. So now we're going to create the camera by clicking here. Now, what we are going to do is click here in this little button to activate the camera. We can move and rotate the camera as usual to set up the view. In this case, as you can see in the reference image, the camera is placed like this, a little parallel. So what do we need to do? Go to the camera properties and change the projection to parallel. This way, the camera will have that kind of projection. Now, we need to change its coordinates. So, enter a value of 45 degrees here. Okay, ready? For this one, enter a value of minus 28 degrees. Perfect. You can also rotate the view by using the mouse. But I think it's better to set the values manually so that we can achieve more precision. Now, to locate the central point of the camera, go to Composition tab and enable the grid. You'll see that the grid has appeared. This is very important in order to center the scene properly. Perfect. If you want to hide the grid, just uncheck its box again. Let's give to our scene a proportional size. As this is going to be for Instagram, we'll need a square proportion. Alright, let's repeat this step. We need to go to the render settings. This first button allows you to do a render preview of the viewport. The second button displays some options that we'll see later on, but among them is the render region option. The third button allows you to edit the render settings. Click on it. Now go to the output options, which are the following: the size of the scene, the resolution in dots per inch, which is for printing. We have the frame rate, which would be 29.97 for TV, or even 25 or 24, depending on the region. This one is the from, which determines what frame the animation will begin from, so we need it to be 0. We'll see all of these later on, but the most important thing right now is the width and height. So, if you modify any of these values, you'll see that the scene changes too. So, we'll need to set this to 1000 by 1000. Okay. What we can see in this lighter area of the viewport is what's going to be visible in the render. In this case, I'm going to click this button to render this scene in the picture viewer. And as soon as you click on it, this new window will appear. As you can see, both ends of the conveyor belt look cut out. And that's exactly what I want. I don't want the ends of the conveyor belt to be seen. In any case, you have to know that the lighter area is going to be the rendered area. So guys, hope you liked this lesson and see you in the next video. Bye!